Hello and welcome back to another video. So today is the day and we're going to let the weanlings out. So we're just going to let them out during the day and I'll bring them back in the evenings then. So we're just leaving them into the field here beside me, which is very close to the shed. So I'm hoping it won't be too much trouble. They love their nuts now at this stage, so hopefully they'll just walk in behind me in the evenings, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so as I mentioned before, the bales are getting a bit tight. Now, they're not too bad anymore. I'm not as worried as I was. But you'll see behind me here, we do have a coat of grass and some of it is, you know, going that orange tinge. Now, that's because generally we would feed that down before the cattle go in the winter. But because October was just so wet, we didn't bother doing it this year. So it was probably, I don't know, I'd say it was late summer the last time it was fed down. So it just needs a good feeding. So if we let them out to feed that down and do no more after that, well, at least they'll have that job done for us and we'll have saved a couple of bales in doing so. So that'll be the plan for today. Need to set up a few fences. I'll put up the Harris fencing there in front of the bales so they don't go awry, and I'll just put up an electric fence then in the field just to keep them in patches in there for now. So hopefully they enjoy their little spin out today. You can hear them bellowing there in the background, I'd say. But yeah, that's the plan for the morning. I'm using the biggest reel we could possibly find because I wanted to use the small one, but it's all tangled and no, it's not a job for today. So Dad's going to look after that someday. But yeah, we'll get this set up now. So that went grand until the black one ran through the fence and now they're all up there in the corner. So look, it's fine. They'll settle down and they'll come back and I'll throw the fence up. But there's always one. There is always one. Now, so while they're settling down outside, I need to do a bit of rejigging with the silage here. It's always the way, the cows get the better silage and the young ones get the worst. It's just how it is. So I need to try and move this one out of the way so that I can move this one back there. Because in my last video I was saying they were two very different bales and I felt that they didn't like the wetter one. Well, yeah. They don't like the wetter one and they're just not eating it as quickly as they normally do. So I don't want to be wasting any time. I'm going to get that down to the cows because I know they'll eat it, no bother. And what they don't, then I'll just take out. So I'm going to do that now, but I'm trying to figure out how to do it with the lack of space because I have the cow here in the pen, so I don't have that space to work with anymore. and of course I only have the forks on the back of the 135. So if I manage to pull this off, I'm going to be very, very happy with myself. So we'll see how it goes, because I don't want to pike it. The first thing I'm doing anyway is moving my spike down to give me any hope at all. Well, now I must say that most definitely did not go to plan. It's times like that that having the 135 does get on my nerves, because yeah, I don't think I could have done it any differently to get it to work. But look, at least I didn't have to pike the heavy stuff or much of it, so that's a positive. So yeah, at least I was able to push that down, and I'll just barrow up the rest of the dry stuff as I need it. But hopefully the cows will polish off most of that so that I don't have to be barrowing it out to the pile. But they seem to be happy out eating it away, as they always do. Yeah, so small ones are just a little bit fussy still. But yeah, they're settling down out there now, so I might go out in a minute. Just want to give a bit more straw to the cow here in the pen. And yeah, we'll head out to them then. Now here I am out with the gang, and in true Kerry fashion, it has started to rain. It wasn't really forecast. It looked like we were going to escape today, but yeah, we rarely escape. So not ideal, not what we wanted, but it's only a dirty old mist really, more than anything, and very mild. But they seem to have settled in a bit. They had the heads down when I came out, but sure, they're curious now. They're wondering what I have for them. But yeah, settling in fine. Hopefully now they'll come in for me, no bother this evening. But I'm going to leave them here anyway for another good few hours. And hopefully they'll be a bit worn out by the time I come to get them. And we'll see if the old box of nuts trick works on them. Now I'm back down to let these guys in. So I'm going to go in, I'll put the nuts out in the truck to open the door, angle the gate in here so that it kind of funnels them in, hopefully, and get my bucket of nuts, and hopefully that'll do the trick. They've never actually gone in the small door back there, so it'll be interesting now to see if they'll do it for me. But sure, look, I will chance it anyway, because if I run them in here, the bale is in the way and I'd have to pike that out of the way. So hopefully. so I have my box of nuts now, so we'll see how this goes. Wish me luck. They're all happy out there now with their nuts, and for a first attempt it's not too bad, so hopefully now tomorrow evening it'll be easier again because they know exactly what they're coming into, and plus they'll have come in the door today. So considering I was on my own, it's not too bad. And I was very lazy and I left this whole area here empty because Dad wasn't here to go into that gap, and I just said I'd chance it and they were fine, so I am happy enough with that now. So now, just before I finish up, I want to show you the gate system we have here, because it's quite new again, I'd say only in the last 3 or 4 years as well, and it has just made life so much easier. So the shed is behind me, obviously. They hit here and the gate pulls across, so it then turns them up the pathway, and then when they come up the path they are met with another gate, so they have no option. So they hit this one and they've no option then but to go in here, so it is really handy. Now the other side is a little bit different because it opens the other way, obviously, but the 2 gates here are very handy for if we're just crossing them over between the 2, but otherwise I just push this gate in behind me and I put a rope up across. That rope hasn't moved since last summer, so yeah, all in all it just makes things so much easier, and I don't have a whole lot of things around here that make my life easier. So yeah, these gates were again another one of the best things that we did here on the farm. But that's it, that's me done for today. I'll do it all over again tomorrow and hopefully it'll be as successful. A little bit of marking done, in fairness, yeah, there is without a doubt, but you know, for their first day out when they're jumping and bucking around like that, you'd expect it really. So yeah, they'll do it again tomorrow, and yeah, hopefully it'll go all to plan just like it did today. So thanks again for watching. If you liked it, please give me a like, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Thanks a million.